Did you get your front tooth fixed? By the time you got home, it broke. Then you went to the dentist, they fix it again. Then by the time you went back home, it broke again. And then you're like, what is the dentist doing to me? Or you got a veneer and that particular specific tooth keeps breaking all the time. Then you're like, did the dentist didn't do it right? You go to another dentist, the same thing keeps happening. That tooth needs help. We're going to address that today. Welcome to the Wonder Tooth Podcast. My name is Dr. Saad. I am your host today. To get a complimentary consultation, please put code 107. Make sure you like, share, and follow this episode as well as the podcast to get some more knowledge in different aspects of dentistry. We're very excited today to have Dr. Simko. Dr. Simko, how are you today?
Hello, everyone. Great. Thank you for having me.
Dr. Simko is an assistant professor at Case Western University in Ohio. She's very knowledgeable about what she's doing. She's an orthodontist. She is an amazing person, and amazing clinician as well. Welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Dr. Simko.
I initially from China. I was a dentist and orthodontist in China. Back then, if we work in big hospital as a dentist, we need to have MD degree in order to take care of emergency cases. I also have MD degree from China. Then I came to United States years ago. Yeah, a long time ago. So continue education, enrolled into the program at the Case Western Reserve University orthodontics program, and I did a dental program at the same school. So then I become American dentist and orthodontist. So before I moved to, I was a full-time faculty along with the chairman and the program director. They are just the most genuine and genius people I've ever met. So I was assisting them for education to train residents to be an orthodontist. And then I met my husband, who is from Pennsylvania. So we moved into Pennsylvania after we got married there. So that's why I'm here. So I still go back to school to teach as a part-time and lecture the residents. And I have two private practices in Pennsylvania. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. So let's talk about that particular tooth. So you are an orthodontist. I am a dentist. I do teeth bonding, teeth fillings, veneers, and then that particular tooth keeps breaking. So we fix it. The bite is fixed. We get a night guard, but the patient keeps breaking that particular tooth. Do you have any explanation for this?
Yeah, I am on a function, have some referrals come in and they want me to take a look. So if patients have aesthetic issue, for example, one tooth is shorter than the other, realize it's a certain wear on certain teeth or tooth. So when reach a certain point, patients, they don't like it because it looks shorter. So they want to fix that. Then usually the dentist will fix the tooth for them. They keep breaking or the crown keep getting loose. So the reason said the dentist to check maybe there is an airway issue. If our airway is small and certain people they will wear their teeth, hold dentition, but a certain population they try to move their teeth forward, lower teeth forward, then they clench or grind at the front. So it's kind of move the lower, hurt, and clench there. Then cause extra force on the front teeth. So if that tooth already got some and we restored, then we'll continue take on some force during sleep. So that's the reason I think what caused that. Then so I suggest them to go to get a sleep study done. Fair enough, most cases they come back mild sleep apnea or moderate, cause this issue. So you know some dentists they are going to give a night guard because we know the patient is going to clench and grind at we call the paral function at night. So we give a night guard. If the airway is small, when we give a night guard, sometimes airway will get even smaller, and then patient cannot tolerate. At night, I don't know if a patient tell you, oh, cannot find their night guard, and they wake up in the morning, the night guard is under pillow or under bed, so they take it out. They try to survive, get more oxygen, but still doing their own thing. They move their lower teeth forward, try to open up the airway, then clench and grind at the front, that cause breakage on the newly made crown or veneer. I think that's the reason. Is there
Yep.
some underlying there?
Absolutely. So the first, if that happens like couple times, so the best line of treatment at this point to get some sleep study done.
Yep, that would be my recommendation. Then diagnose the sleep apnea. Doesn't matter mild or moderate. We still need to make their teeth look right, pretty. We still need to do crown and a veneer. But how to prevent this? So the suggestion will be maybe the patient need to consider CPAP machine with night guard, using it together. Then the patient is now going to take off the night guard because they have a more oxygen come in, can sleep better, and they don't do paral function anymore. So it will save that tooth too, the work we did.
Absolutely. You know, I had a patient last week. He has sleep apnea. He is wearing his CPAP. He cracked a mole like this, split from
Mm.
grinding, even though he had a CPAP. And I said, well, placed an implant. We restored the implant. And I said, you have to wear a night guard. And he goes, even with the CPAP. And I said, absolutely, you're going to wear this because we need to protect your implant at this point, and I don't want you to break no more teeth. And he's
Yes.
been doing well so far. Yeah.
If some patients they cannot tolerate the CPAP, right? I would suggest give a liner as a
Hmm.
retainer because a
Hmm.
liner is thinner.
Hmm.
Niagara is thicker. Material will cause the airway, the lower jaw move back, rotate back, cause the airway smaller. But if it's thinner, the
Hmm.
side effect on the airway is less.
Yeah.
So, but when you tell them a liner is a thinner material, you probably will keep grinding through, but it's better than nothing.
Absolutely. What about the patients who clench during the day too?
Mm, if it really they recognize, really bother them, I would suggest just use a retainer.
Retainer, yeah.
And
I have, yeah.
when they try to clench, they touch the liner, automatically the brain will they realize they are clenching, then they are going to release.
Yeah.
Most kids they talk doing
Mhm.
daytime, doing work, and we can put in a lower, just like
Yeah.
a thin retainer.
Yeah. Just one layer. Absolutely. And sometimes Botox too can help a little bit. Some Botox injection for the masseter if they're
Oh
really,
yes, that's right. That's right.
yeah. Good. And hopefully we can save that front tooth that keeps breaking all the time.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Apnea is not just about snoring or I'm overweight, because some people they have that idea that okay, you only have sleep apnea if you are snoring, or if you are overweight. But it's much more than this. You could be very skinny but you still have that problem because of the adenoids and the tonsils and a whole structural issues, right?
Sleep medicine, father of sleep medicine from Stanford. And he mentioned that before he passed away, he said the obesity it plays a part of the role. Some are very fit, they still have sleep apnea. It's a structure issue. So he mentioned that. So I agree with you. Sleep apnea is a multifactorial, and evolutionary kicks in. I think the modern population has a chance, higher chance to develop as our face get they call it gracilization, got a straighter. Our ancestor is a fuller, more forward
Mhm.
position. So you have a higher chance to get this. So apnea, if we the structure issue and train our soft tissue, I regard tongue is a soft tissue, muscle. So we make the structure issue, bony structure better, and also train, I call rehab, right? Procedure we do, the doctor will suggest, oh, some rehab, the muscle. So the tongue, if we rehab the tongue, and it will help the sleep apnea situation too. I have a patient and she's not ready for any because she is at the age she want to have a family. So does have a moderate sleep apnea. She asked me where can we start? So we started with a mild functional therapy and acupuncture therapy. First session, she finished, snoring goes away. So the soft tissue and the hard tissue, they are together. But if we don't change the hard, like the bony structure, then you keep exercising the soft tissue, it won't work and unless you keep doing it. But when you reach a certain plateau, it won't get better and it will relapse because underlying structure is not getting better.
Yep. Good. And that was very informative today, Dr. Simko. I mean, I really, really appreciate you here. I know you're very busy, and I appreciate that you came here today to our audience. I mean, and the people who are watching us on YouTube and listening to us. To basically start to listen to their bodies and listen to themselves and see why this is happening. It's not supposed to, and it's not really because of dentist didn't do a good job or my medical doctor. I mean, it's basically it's a work like for everybody to pitch in. But you just have to listen and watch what we are talking about, and you're getting some ideas now, and that can help you in the future to find some answers too.
Yes, right.
Was wonderful today, Dr. Simko. I really
Thank
appreciate
you so
it.
much. Thank
And
you
we'll
so
talk
much for
again.
the
Yeah. Gonna put Dr. Simko's and website and how to, she's a great orthodontist. If you are looking for one in Pennsylvania, and I mean, not just in Pennsylvania, and people like, you can go, like, she's an amazing, you can see she's an amazing, and see you next time. Don't forget to take care of your teeth so that they can take care of you. Until then, keep smiling with Dr. Sad. Have a good one, everybody.
It's great. Smiling, keep smiling with Dr. Sa.
Yeah.
Wonderful.